always a pleasure speaking with you. I have to say, last 2 years, you have been receiving flowers after flowers after flowers. How does it feel about this recognition? You're legend status right now.
It feels fantastic. I mean, when the first one get you go like, wow, the first one, then the second one comes along, and then a third one comes along, and you start to be like, do people know something about my health that I don't know? Like it's something like you try to get it all in before, but it has been phenomenal. Honestly, there is no there's no reality that when I started Real World or started the things that I thought these were going to be things that happened to me. So it's a shock. I love it. It's fantastic. I'm incredibly happy about it. But but yeah, I don't think it's really sunk in the impact of it, but I'm really happy about it.
Has it sunk in that real world 25 years and counting?
No, no, not until I see grown human beings who bring their children who said, I came to the first, I was just in film school. And you're like, these old people? How is that possible? And then I realized, oh, I'm one of those. I'm older than those old people. So, yes, it's possible. But just seeing the impact, so many people that started out at Real World, and not just the filmmakers. You know what I'm also proud of? The people that we trained up in marketing and being a programmer and then watching them go to Hot Docs and TIFF and other festivals. Our board of directors, mainly because I wanted to focus on our board being made up of also people of color. Many of them had never been on a board before, and the training that they got through being on the board at Real World got them asked other places to be on their board. So that part is absolutely fantastic. But yeah, it's hard to believe it's 25 years. I mean, had I had a kid, that would have been 25-year-old kid by now. So it's quite, I was like, what's happening?
No, no, honestly, a lot of the people who have been involved, those young folks, they're your kids. They really are. I mean,
No,
because you help them
no,
grow in this
no, no,
industry.
Rudy. No, someone else needs to take care of them. Like, I don't even think that way. They are,
Well, well,
they're people that have that. They are like, no, those are not my kids.
well, let's talk about the mandate and why this festival is different from others.
Well, what's great is, first of all, we were the first and are still the only film festival that is 100% focused on Canadian talent that is Indigenous and Black and Asian and South Asian and people of color. So for the last 25 years, that has been the driving vision and the mandate and the force of the organization, and not just for the people, as I said, who are making content, but in every level of Real World. I like it to treacle through everything. And another thing I love to do is when we get funding, we make sure we hire, like publicists that are people of color. We hire caterers. We look for events where people of color own those venues. We try and make sure that money seeps into all aspects of our community. And I think everyone in our community should do that.
So let's talk about how this is broken up because a lot of people just think, oh, film festival, we just see films. There's more to that. There's more to it starting even before the films start rolling. How does
Oh,
this whole thing work?
well, first of all, you have to look at, well, if you go to our website, by the way, because everything is
Yes.
laid out there. So, yes, we have a film festival, but we have year-round programming. So, our
Mhm.
Emerging 20 program, E20, is now in its 24th year. That's 10 screenwriters for series, 10 screenwriters for films, working with story editors of color also, that have 6 months to get their finished, polished script. And then we help them um, we help set up meetings for them with the executives and the broadcast people to get funding for usually development money, and then some of them have gone into production. So that's a big part. We have a director's program. We have two different producer programs. We had for 3 years recently, just ended through the funds that we got. We had a Black entrepreneur program that was through the government of Canada. It was specifically focused on casting directors, agents, and managers, which was another barrier for a lot of people in our industry. And it's though, and then we have a platform called Access Real World for people free to put themselves on there with whatever their jobs and roles might be within the screen industry, so other people can find them and hire them. So all those things, we think of ourselves as an ecosystem. Imagine you come in with an idea, then you write a script, and then maybe a producer from our producer program options your script, and then they might attach a director from our director's program onto it. So all of it is to move the industry along and to get people more work. But we don't think, especially in our communities, about the good union jobs, from electrical to carpentry to transport drivers to gaffers and all those people. These are great jobs, and our community doesn't always know about them. They've heard about actors and directors,
Mhm.
sometimes producers and the writers, but they are thousands of jobs that are in our industry. And I've it's very important for Real World to get the word out about those jobs. And not to mention the advocacy work that we've been doing in the last few years, working with the CRTC, working with different government agencies about changes in policy, changes in how funding is allocated to the different communities within our industry. So it is like a full service organization. And I have a great staff of about 10 full-time people now, doing the job of 20 full-time people, to tell you the truth. They work so hard. But someone came up to me recently and they said, "But you don't actually work there, do you, Tonya? Like, work there?" I'm like, "Yeah, what do you think I've been doing for the last 25 years? No, I work. I mean, I'm at my computer. We're going through the guest list. We're checking whatever's happening on MailChimp. We're going through the different releases. And I'm a part of all the programs that we shape." It's like, no, I physically work at Real World.
It's an amazing baby that you have turned into an adult, which
And
we all love. Let's talk about the
exactly.
week now, because before the film festival itself, we have other things going on. We have the summits that
The
happen.
summit
So
kicks
let's
off on
lead in. Let's
Tuesday
lead in.
morning at the Courtyard Marriott Hotel. We've got amazing panels. And most of the people on the panels are people of color who've had great success in Canada. And to talk about what their journey was, we have a panel around AI and the changes that's going to make, especially for actors.
Ooh, that's
Um,
gonna be huge.
is going to be so huge. We are honoring, of course, we've got Clark Johnson is our Award of Excellent recipient. So he's a huge star for us. I mean, he's not only a big Canadian star, he's a U.S. star. He's well-known, not only actor but director of a lot of the big shows. And Prem Gill, who's the CEO of Creative BC in Vancouver, is our Visionary Award this year. And then, of course, we have what we like to call our face to face. So these are one on one meetings, almost like speed dating, for our talent who have not just ideas, but scripts and things they're developing, to be able to pitch to executives and broadcasters that are out there in the industry. So there's something for everyone. We have workshops. Um, Hollywood Suite is putting a workshop on together. So we have different people that kind of come in and say, "Here's what we're looking for. Here's how you should approach us." So for those who don't know, or even if someone thinks they know, you don't usually know, because things are changing all the time and you want to always be, that's why people go to conferences all the time. This is yet another conference, but what's unique about this conference is you're in a room of your community. You're going to see like-minded people, and you're all going to be trying to help each other. And I think that's what's so beautiful when I look around Real World. It's not the feeling of competition. It's the real feeling of, how can we help each other? How can we all come together?
Okay, now that's interesting you say that, because you brought up something that could be a scary thing, AI. Do you consider it a scary thing or a tool that can help? Because I'm hearing both sides, even in the industry that I'm very known for. Uh, it's still like a different world.
It
What do you consider AI for this
I
industry?
don't like to look at things as scary, because if we look back in history, when talking pictures came out, people were terrified. It was the end of the world. When the radio, in fact, in fact, when pictures even came out, then there was going to be the end of the radio. And then um, each generation. So in our generation, it's going to be AI. But I think we need to look at, there are positive things. I do think things need to be regulated. We need to make sure that we're in control. I don't mind if they want to use my voice for something, but send me my check. If
Yeah.
they want to. So I think that's really what it is at the end of the day is, especially with actors and with personalities like yourself, if people are going to use your likeness, then they should have to pay for that. In the same way that even with music, if it's built off someone else's music, then that person needs to get something on that too. But I do believe there's a place for AI in our industry in the same way that, factories used to just have people. And I'm sure there are people upset now that machines take that over. The idea has always been that the more manual jobs, so we're supposed to happen, with more computers, or I'm trying to think what are those things called? They're not just computers, but actual machinery. But people are always going to be there's just things that people are going to be there, and we're going to have to start thinking differently when we're talking to our kids about what does that future look like for you. I don't think we should be guiding them in jobs that might be obsolete. I remember a guy years ago who was a draftsman, so he drew all the things for the architects, and that went out because computers came in and people did that so much effectively. So I think we have to, I mean, we're not going to get rid of computers now. Look how we rely on them. Look at you and I are on this great Zoom call, right now. So these are things that couldn't have happened even just 10, 15 years ago. And none of us think that all of this has hurt us. Maybe some people do. But I think we're going to have to adapt and figure it out. But I do think we need smarter people than me for sure in the room talking about what are the possibilities and what are the parameters, just so we don't paint ourselves into a corner that we can't get out of.
I just want to ask one more question about AI. I hope you don't mind.
No, no,
What
I like
about
it. I know nothing about it, but I love it.
what about the story that came out, I think it was a week and a half ago, where literally a company created an actress
Yes.
and was putting this actress out for jobs, and she was completely AI. Mind you, she was taken from other actresses and created into one. What about that?
Yeah, I think those are the kind of things that we're going to have some deep conversations about. The one I saw was that there's a singer. I saw this beautiful black woman, young woman who is a singer,
I
but
saw
she's
that one.
totally AI. And now they're talking about taking her on tour.
Yes,
So,
that's it.
so I'm like, I'm not quite sure how that looks, but we we are not going to stop a tidal wave. And you know why we're not going to stop this tidal wave? We've been watching sci-fi movies about all these kinds of things and how the world changed for the good or the better or the bad or whatever for it. So I don't know how we're going to do that, because even as humans, we, without knowing it, steal from others, you know? So there's a lot of new music today that comes from a lot of the composers of classical music way back in the day. So where is the line? Is it okay if we're human to steal those things, but maybe AI can't steal those things? I think these are what I call the complicated questions. I mean,
Uh,
we can't. I don't know how, because I hear music all the time and I'm like, oh, that's Chopin's whatever. They've just repurposed it into this, and I really don't know what some of those answers are, but we're gonna know what those answers are. I mean, social media is another platform you can think about, where we didn't think about it enough, and now it is just generating all kinds of false information that people are believing. The one recently that I thought was hilarious on social media was the whole thing about Obama being a DJ. Because did you see this at all?
I saw that one, but the other one I was still trying to get over was what they did with Dr. Martin Luther King and the whole MAGA. It was just insane.
I
But
know.
yeah, it's
So I
crazy.
think I think people are going to have to be smarter is the word that I would come up with. I know that sometimes it made me a little uncomfortable being on my soap opera when people thought that was my real life. So I never thought that people were watching the show thinking it was my real life, but they thought that was really my son. They thought I was really a doctor. I don't know how they thought I was a doctor, but happened to be acting on this show at the same time. So I think people are going to have to be smart. Just because it's on screen, a lot of it is just fun and entertainment, and people are
Yeah.
taking these things too seriously. So people are just going to have to be smart. Just because you see something there on social media. In fact, back in the day, it was if you saw it in print in the newspaper, people would, it didn't mean it was true either. so,
It's
so
like the
we're going to
rag
have to be
magazines, the rag magazines
exactly,
that would be out.
exactly. I mean, how many alien babies can that one actor have? So, I think, I think we're just not going to have. We can't be so gullible. You know, we're just going to have to. It's better to teach humans to be less gullible than for us to not have any kind of tech at all.
Very true. But in the meantime, they can check out the film section of the Real Film Festival. What is going on with that? When is that going to start? What's the starting films, and what films are we going to be able to see?
Oh my God, there's so many great films. So Fitch, Fitch Jean, who is a Canadian actor out of Montreal, he's got the opening night film, and it's, I want to make sure I got it. It comes in waves. It's a fantastic movie, and you know what? I want to be able to give all the movies because I hate it. The directors will go, "You never mentioned my movie," but um,
But we only have so much time.
I
That's
know
the
there's only so
problem.
much time, but the opening night film is really fantastic.
Hmm.
Rising through the day, these some of these are new time directors, but some of them have been around for a little bit, but they're all Canadian. Go to the website reelworld.ca. We really want people to read it and you know choose stories that resonate with you and support these filmmakers. I mean, that's my soapbox. I'm always on, Rudy. You've heard me. It's Canadians need to support Canadian talents. Canadians
Absolutely.
need to come out and watch Canadian films and learn about Canadian films. We are one of the, honestly, one of the only countries in the world that does not support its own talent in the way that they do, even in Iceland, even in, you know, Nigeria, even in Jamaica, even in, you know, countries all around the world really support the content. And so Real World, that's what it's for. These filmmakers are here. They're at the Q&A. They want to hear your questions and answer and feel that engagement for the audience. You know, with film, a lot of times you don't get to see the audience, but at a film festival, these directors do. So we want people, you know, really come out and support and enjoy. These are great films.
How many films, and where can we see these films?
So there's 32 films between,
Mhm.
you know, shorts and feature film, documentaries and narrative. And the Royal Cinema is the kickoff for
Nice.
the opening night cinema on the 16th, and then we're at the Paradise Cinema for the other days. And we're just excited for the audience to come out. All the staff have, I mean, we watched these, you know, for a while, months ago. So we're excited now for people to see. Many of these films are world premieres, by the way. So you will not have seen them anywhere before. And come on out. These are not expensive things. I think tickets are like, you know, $12, $15. I think it's 25 for the opening night because it's the bigger night, but we definitely want people to come on out and check out all these films.
I cannot wait. I'll say it 1,000 times from your back. People can talk all they want about the soap opera stuff. You know me, I go back to Miss Black Ontario and Boogie. I will always talk about that
I love that. And
from
polka
your
dot door. And
and
polka dot
Polka Dot
door,
Door.
Rudy.
That's true too. I don't ever have I gotta show you this. I was Pokeroo a couple of times. I don't know if
You
you ever
were?
knew that.
No.
Yes. Oh yeah,
Wait,
Pokeroo.
you
I
have
got the
just,
outfit and everything.
wait, you have ruined young children right now. There is no, Rudy's lying. There is no person in Pokeroo that is a real thing, Pokeroo.
Pokeroo, Pokeroo.
Exactly.
To what you have accomplished over the years is inspiring to so many people.
Thank you.
I'm always proud to say that not just the fact that I've followed your journey through media, but to say that being a friend is, like I said, one of the biggest honors I can have, and I'm looking forward to seeing more flowers given to you because you deserve it. Congratulations, 25 years.
Thank you, Rudy. And I just got to say, while I have you here, you are one of the biggest supporters of talent in Canada. Your show has brought people to the spotlight that would never have been heard of. So I really want to thank you for your dedication. You've been around for decades too, my friend, doing great work.
Thank you so much. I will see you probably on the 16th. I'm probably going to
Awesome.
be there for the 16th. Cannot
Great.
wait. Big love. Thank you.
Bye bye.